Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl, Sasha Banks, Legit Boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you can be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and a little notify bell next to it. Make sure you always get your new Going In Raw notifications. We're also available on the Patreon. All sorts of great bonus tiers over there, bonus content. I actually, I finally packaged up those October and half the November Patreon care packages.
We should just do these things together, man.
Tonight during Raw. It doesn't make any sense to do them together, though. Like, I've got a whole shipping station at my home.
All right, fine.
So that doesn't make any sense. Anyways, so as it says in the thumbnail, we're just going to hop right into this.
Wow.
Wedding of the century, man. Oh, the YouTube numbers are going to skyrocket for this wedding. Oh, man, through the roof. That's what I meant to say.
What a goddamn shit show that was.
Lana and Bobby Lashley, did they actually get married? Did that ceremony...
It never concluded.
It never concluded, did it?
And then, having been married yourself, you should know that
it kind of doesn't matter.
It's just a ceremony.
It's ceremonial. You
got to sign the marriage license. Otherwise, it's not legally binding.
Yeah, that happens. At your wedding, did that happen?
We did after the ceremony.
Yeah, it's afterwards. Yeah, because you're not supposed to see the lady.
Yeah.
Okay. So were you wildly entertained, Larson?
No, it was god awful.
It was pretty bad. But
the lone shining moment, the whole thing, was when Lana's first husband came out and said "son of a bitch" a lot.
Yeah,
because his performance was actually pretty good.
I was trying to piece together who that was. Like in terms of, I'm sure maybe I'm assuming local competitor. He ate a nasty chokeslam. I'm assuming a local competitor's Twitter account.
I think so, yes.
Will let us know who it is. But I thought that was good. I thought, look, man, the entire thing, and it's funny because a lot of people are correcting me. But on Twitter, I said, this is the most, when Liv Morgan came out, and you saw a mile away where that joke was going to land. Because if Vince thinks anything's funny, it's going to be from like the year 1995, back when a joke like that was actually maybe fresh, When Liv Morgan came out, and you see where it was going a mile away. I sort of chuckled. Bobby Lashley throughout the whole thing was kind of making me laugh.
Yeah, some of his reactions were all right.
I think comedically the only thing that really it misfires, and these things ever really misfire with, are when Vince insists that Lana go on too long.
Yes.
When she drones on and on and on.
Because
that kills any comedic value to the thing. That being said, yeah, it was trash, but I kind of have to give, look, I know that we try to be honest with things, but we also try to look at the positive sides. I kind of appreciate that WWE didn't just go out the decade or the year with a whimper. They went out with something that is seemingly, anecdotally speaking, according to my Twitter and like the Discord and all this stuff right here that I'm looking at, it is very divisive. Literally, this is either a love it or hate it thing.
I guess they got people talking about it, but
which makes me laugh. Look, it was pure trash.
It was awful.
It was awful. The jokes were terrible.
Horrible.
There were some things that were mildly amusing about it, but I do really appreciate. A year ago, we sat there through the Christmas and New Year's taping.
No, the week before Christmas and Christmas Eve taping.
Okay. And then the New Year's episode just went out with a fart. Like it was, I think Lashley fought Seth Rollins. I looked it up earlier. Like Lashley fought Seth Rollins. I don't know. It was a big like whatever episode. At least.
Probably because it was actually aired New Year's Eve.
It was the third. What does it say? It's the 30th. It was the.
Oh, it's 29th then.
29th.
Last year. Okay, I guess not then.
Was it? No, I thought it had been New Year's Eve. I think it was New Year's Eve.
Maybe it was New Year's Eve.
Because wasn't like
It was the 17th that we went to, the 24th.
Because if Raw was on the 24th,
yeah, it was New Year's Eve. So they're like, well, why even bother? No one's going to watch this.
Yeah. But I don't know. I kind of give props to WWE. But on the other hand, yeah, it was a complete trash segment. It was absolutely terrible.
It was
and it went so long.
About 10 minutes over.
They had an overrun for
Probably
this.
because Lana doesn't know how to be concise, man. She just
I'm
goes
telling
on and
you,
on and on and on and
think-
drones on.
I do not think it's her. That is totally Vince saying, go, just don't stop with it. Because that's a Vince thing. He does that.
I don't know, man.
He doesn't know when to shut up when he's out there. So yeah, the wedding. I mean, it was, obviously it was a comedy bit. Rusev showed up at the end, popped out of wedding cake.
Yeah, it took 20 minutes to get to the most obvious gag that was going to happen the whole thing.
The giant
down
cake.
to the bow tie.
Yeah. Oh man. And then of course, I mean, we sort of, I guess maybe there was a bit of bearing the lead on Liv Morgan. Is like, we talk about it. I feel so stupid talking so seriously. Oh yeah, I wonder if this character direction is going to be interesting. And let her do
Like they had
no man, she's part of this comedic bit now.
They had that vignette with her earlier in the show that was like, oh, this is pretty good.
Yeah, but it was that was a really good red herring right there, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was a
so.
really good misdirection.
But a lot of people got their hopes up. Oh, Liv Morgan is going to be.
I really wish they would have
Sister Abigail. Or they're doing something interesting.
I really wish
then she gets put in this disaster of a
what they
storyline.
needed to do with this is, why didn't they put her Tron up on the thing, like with some new music or something? Because like when she first came out and started talking, she would have gotten a response if her Tron showed up.
Yeah, if people were like, "Oh, this is Liv Morgan."
I didn't at first. I was like, "That looks like Liv Morgan."
I know.
Is
It
that?
is. It was Liv Morgan. I
and
know.
then it took a couple steps for me to.
I know, because we got two people that we've never seen before. And the
then
third
Liv
person
Morgan.
walks out, and you're assuming, okay, this is the third person we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's Liv Morgan.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
yeah.
God, she's in this?
It's
man.
So all that time being off TV, working those really fantastic dark matches with Ember Moon.
Yeah.
All for this.
All for this.
Some of those bits, some of those like the fight between her and Lana, some of that looks pretty stiff though.
There was a bit where Lana got both of her feet in Liv's face.
Yeah.
And like pushed her back.
And then there was
just
like
kept her feet there.
There was a little tap on Lana's face where she really recoiled.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of the rest of Raw though?
Oh, the first hour was pretty good.
First hour was spectacular. It was
and
really
then
good.
it just kind of settled in the usual Raw after that. There was, like everything, there's good, there's bad, there's in between.
Yeah.
But anytime we get to see Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe team up,
that was awesome.
That was great.
They gave you a little bit of everything here. They really did. Because
although, sorry, I'm interrupt, but that bit backstage was great. And then they got to lump up the AOP and Seth a little bit. And so backstage, like security shows up and getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. And they're like, well, we accomplished what we came here to do tonight. You got in like a little skirmish.
Yeah.
You based on what they've done to you, you want to draw blood, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
You really want to wreck them.
Yeah.
You just got in a little fight. Mm-hmm. I don't know how they would be satisfied with that. You know what I mean?
Well, they got their licks in a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. That's the thing. They should want their pound of flesh and then some at this point.
Where were they?
Hartford, Connecticut.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe there's a good eatery nearby that they like heard about. They're big dudes.
Maybe Kevin Owens, he's a family man. Mm-hmm. Maybe he like booked his return flight home.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
Before the show starts. Like,
yeah.
I wish Cal was here to do his Kevin Owens impression.
I do love that Kevin Owens fits so well as the face of Raw. Mm-hmm. When he came out at the beginning, I guess we could just launch into it.
Sure.
He comes out at the beginning, just a head full of steam, and that music, man. I've said forever that with the right long-term creative, and I don't think it's ever going to happen because I don't think we're ever going to get consistent, good long-term creative for anybody.
No.
With good, consistent long-term creative, and if he's book strong, he could be. I think he's got the personality, the talent, the promo skills to be the next Stone Cold.
Yeah.
And like you see little bits of it.
Yeah.
And like tonight when he comes out with a head full of steam and he starts dropping that promo, you see a little bit of it. Mm-hmm. If it's under the right conditions, he could be that.
Yeah.
But,
Well, he shares several things potentially with Austin, but one being that Stone Cold was always willing to take a beating if he knows he can dole one out as well.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's kind of been Kevin Owens' whole MO through this whole thing is like, I know I'm going to get jumped. I know I'm going to get beat up by the three of you.
Right.
But I mean, he explicitly said here, I'm going to keep calling you out because at one point I'm going to take one of you out. Mm-hmm. And all the 3-on-1 beatdowns that I have to suffer just to get to that moment is going to be worth it.
Yeah.
So he comes out and says, I want to kick off New Year early. because AOP beat me up. He threw the video. I hate when they throw the video. Just we watched the show. Just
I can't stand that either.
like you're 30 seconds into Raw, you're throwing the 2 video packages.
Why don't they just go into why don't you just precede the episode with a recap, like what we need to know, instead of throwing to it?
I know. And he says, he said, I get sick watching Seth and AOP beating up Ray last week. He is a man I respect. Mm-hmm. Very few people back there respect more than Rey Mysterio. And then he says, because of that beatdown, Ray lost the U.S. title at the Madison Square Garden house show day after Christmas.
Yeah.
That's your fault, Seth and AOP. Your fault.
Your fault.
So that brings out Seth and the Authors of Pain. And he, again, says that he's been forced, Seth has, into this heel turn because of people like Owens and the people in the arena. He says, Seth had no choice. You put me in this position where I had to be bad because you couldn't handle my leadership. He called himself a messiah.
Yeah. Remember the Messiah? He didn't
the wrestler, yes.
Yeah, he
lost his thumbs.
Was it both thumbs? I think
or
it was
part.
I think it was one thumb.
They tried to take both.
Yeah, they wanted to take his dingus too, his front area.
Yeah,
but he was able to fend off his North Hollywood attackers,
and then was managed to retain at
took
least
a little bit of thumb,
part of a thumb, maybe the whole other thumb.
Then I was there, and he got mad at an audience member at a little indie show, and they said, "Poke him in the eye," and he said, "Who said that?"
Yeah, I remember that.
And nobody copped to it.
No. Well, I guess it makes.
Were you there with me?
Is that the one up in Santa Clarita?
Oh, probably. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I was there then. He probably said thumb in the eye.
I think he said thumb in the eye.
I mean, he had fingers.
Yeah, he could do anything. Yeah, that.
Yeah, but he said thumb in the eye.
Yeah.
Still a sore subject for the Messiah.
Sore subject.
So anyways, Seth says, I'll impose
like a sore thumb.
I'll impose my will on you, Owens, and if you resist, AOP will enforce said will. And Owens like, the hell with talking. He runs out of the ring. He tries to attack AOP as they walk down the ramp. They drop him, toss him back in the ring. He tries to fight them off. He's overwhelmed. Seth is in there. He's like talking trash the whole time. At a certain point, he's like, screw it. I'll toss the mic down. He starts barking orders. Enter Samoa Joe. He's cleared. He had wrestling gear. It's amazing. He runs down the ramp. AOP run out to meet him. He drops them. He gets in the ring. He takes it to Seth, puts him in the clutch.
That was great.
AOP comes back in to break that up. Owens gets in the ring with a chair.
Oh, yeah.
Starts swinging it at the AOP. All-out brawl breaks out. Everybody's fighting. Security comes in the ring, try to break it up. They can at first. Eventually, they got most of them separated ringside. Owens hits a swanton off the top rope to at least AOP and security.
Yeah, that was fun.
Milling about in the ringside area.
Like a giant cloud that they carried him on after he jumped up. And then CM Punk tweeted out, when are they going to stop doing this stuff where a bunch of guys are just standing around waiting for somebody to fall on them? Leave this kind of stuff in this decade. So CM Punk is watching Raw, confirmed. He's like,
well, he kind of has to. It's part of his job now.
He's like, I got to take notes because I'm going to be wrestling with these guys in about 4 months at WrestleMania. It's totally going to happen. Anyways, I don't know, man. I kind of disagree. I think that they got some licks in. They got their shot in. Mission accomplished. Then they can pick it up in the new year.
But here's the thing: if they had,
got parties tomorrow.
If they hadn't mentioned, oh, we did what we came here to do, we'd have thought twice about it. They'd put that in like, hold up. Well, Kevin Owens was talking about getting. Kevin Owens said he got sent to the hospital twice.
You think they're going to go there for murder?
I'm not. No, that's
bloodletting.
Well, a little bit.
Yeah.
You should want to like significantly hurt those people because Kevin Owens got sent to the hospital twice. I'm not talking about shivs. Use your hand. Use your hands. A chair, kendo stick, table, ladder, maybe.
Borrow Low-Key's shiv.
Not a shiv.
Yeah.
That's criminal.
Or Messiah's North Hollywood Attackers knives.
Was it in Granada Hills?
No, I thought it was North Hollywood.
No, I think it was Granada Hills, man.
Shut up, really?
Yeah.
Was it like next door to us? That's crazy.
I don't think it was that far.
Man, what if they got the wrong house?
That'd be saying his thumb then. No, like Kevin Owens, like going on and on. Yeah, they put me in the hospital twice.
Yeah.
You get a couple shots in with a chair and you jump on them. That's enough for you?
Well, for now.
No,
for now.
I feel like I understand they want to write him off the show because they want Raw apparently to be less interesting from that point on. But
leave them wanting more.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like if they do a continuous thread to the show where like they're trying to, like both sides are trying to find each other just to fight.
Yeah.
Like they can't contain their passion.
Yeah.
To like lay hands on each other to fight. I think that'd be really good.
All right, fair enough. So yeah, they're in the locker room. They do that interview, and they say, security's on their way. you're going to get kicked out.
And like Owens, like, what the hell, man? What the hell? Why are we getting kicked out?
Yeah.
Which is, he's got a good point. You should be kicked. This is wrestling.
I was too busy marking out over these two being on the same page.
I know, it's great because before
awesome.
Charlie comes in, there's like, oh yeah. They're like talking strategy. It seemed like.
I'm talking about
great.
the Mandalorian, probably.
Maybe.
Have you been to that new Galaxy's Edge?
It's not bad.
I hear it's really good.
You're getting there.
I'm not Cal.
Cal's
not Cal.
Cal's is very good.
It's still good. Cal's is very good. Have you seen the new Mandalorian?
So yeah, Charlie comes in. You're getting there. Charlie comes in. She asked Joe first question.
I was doing it dead on at Target the other day. I was at Target with like a cart, and
People probably thought you were absolutely insane.
Oh, I'm used to that by now.
It says, "Hey Joe, why'd you get involved?" And Joe said, "Hey, I'm like Seth. I had no choice. He forced my hand." Owen steps in. He says, "Joe, I've known you for a long time. Been around a lot of bad men. You're the baddest man I've ever met, and I mean that in the nicest way possible." And he says, "I'm happy to be next to you in this fight." Security pops in to escort them out. And Joe says, "If anyone touches me, they won't feel with their fingers anymore."
That was awesome. Oh,
and then Owens said to him, "Happy New Year."
Yeah, Happy New Year.
God, that was great.
It was awesome. I can't wait to see more of these guys.
If we get 3 months,
together.
4 months of them good cop, bad cop in their way through Raw,
can't wait.
It's going to be amazing.
I know. I agree totally.
It's going to be absolutely amazing.
Talk about amazing. This Aleister Black versus Buddy Murphy match.
Was really good.
The only thing that bummed me out was just who won. Because we need Buddy Murphy to pick up a victory here, man.
I know.
I mean, I'm hoping this is going to continue. Maybe Buddy Murphy will keep on needling Aleister Black a little bit.
Yeah.
And he'll get a win in because I really want to see that. But, man, this was such a cool match. And they made it feel like they gave it, they made a big deal about the match.
Well, they kept on saying over and over again, a rematch of the bout that stole
TLC.
TLC.
Yeah. But my God, this was such a fun match.
I know, it's hard to keep track of everything.
And they had like a cool sort of turn there, because about midway, it's funny because while Buddy Murphy's selling his knee, he also tries the most ridiculous cheating pin ever, by going. Yeah. If you go up to the top rope with your feet, it's impressive, but they're gonna catch it every time.
Yeah, pretty much.
You got to either go low or to the middle.
I actually kind of feel like that gives you less leverage.
You're probably because you're up here, so you've got less of your body. But by the end, there was a turn. Murphy was basically working that finished face. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was good. I was rooting for him, man.
It was good. It was good. If you're looking at the ultimate leverage pin, just pin like Walter did, I think in the Pete Dunne match, or one match he had where he folded somebody over, laid on top of him, and picked up his hands and feet. So all of his body weight was resting on top of his opponent. Yeah, that's the ultimate leverage pin.
Well, you got to be wide like Walter. And on top of that, what is he in the UK? And they're all 5'5", 100.
I'm just saying,
140 pounds.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So there was some good character stuff beginning where they were doing the sitting pose to each other.
Yeah, that was good.
That was great stuff. At one point, before we go to commercial, Buddy dumps Aleister off the top, or face first of the ring post, then to the floor. But man, there's just so much great stuff in here. It's two guys who know their repertoire, know creative ways to weave in various moves.
Yeah, it's sort of reminiscent of that stretch of time when Ray and Andrade were going match after match after match. Each match would reference the previous one or ones, and that they did that a bit here.
Totally. In the end, though, Buddy avoids a black mass. He goes for Murphy's Law. Aleister reverses that into a roll-up. Buddy kicks out. Immediately, black mass. Aleister picks up Buddy with his foot. Another black mass to get the win.
Oh, just terrific stuff. Really
stellar
terrific stuff.
Next, Seth and AOP are backstage. Are kind of bickering a little bit.
Well, AOP, they're yelling at each other in whatever language they both
and
are.
Seth's like, calm down.
Somebody tell me what's going on here.
Yeah. And then one of them said, well, I'm going to look this way, make sure no one attacks us. And the other one says, I'm going to look this way. It's like that scene from Goodfellas. One
guy's looking over here, one guy's looking the other. What do you want from me?
And Seth in the middle asking, what do you want from me? And then Seth says, well, hey, we're not going to get kicked out. Management has politely asked us to leave. I'd like to see them try. Didn't you say something like that?
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
And then security comes in and is like, hey, don't worry about it, guys. We're going to leave voluntarily.
Oh, it's good of you to come here and point the way to get out or something.
Yeah, because he was talking they were going to... It was...
I don't know.
That was a bit confusing.
I like that he still has that glove, though. And regardless of if it's confusing or not, Seth is so natural as a bad guy.
No, he's better as a
obviously
heel,
likes to do that.
Yeah. Next, Lana's backstage prepping for her nuptials. Eric Rowan comes in. He wants to know where his invite is at.
Yeah.
And
it was weird because like when you get to the wedding, they have all these seats.
Nobody's there.
All these chairs,
I guess the point is that nobody likes them.
Yeah, I guess.
And why make it to do about invites and such? And then he's like, well, anyways, I don't care. And he just screams at her.
Yeah. Yeah, that was unsettling, I'll be honest with you.
Next.
That seems like an HR issue.
Yeah, definitely. Rowan had a match against Kip Stevens.
According to a local competitor, he was one of the guys who fought Heavy Machinery along with, I think, wasn't it when like the CZW champion guy like was fighting as a local enhancement talent?
Yeah, I remember this dude's this name sounded familiar, and I saw his tights. I was like, oh, this is.
That's right, because he has the Oasis logo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
this is like every other Rowan match so far.
Again, easy points for me on this one.
Copy and paste. This is the exact same.
Yeah.
The only difference is that this time Kip Stevens went in the ring, was near the cage, and was like, I'm not messing with that. Otherwise,
so how is the next one? Because there will be multiples, many more. How is the next one going to be different?
I guess then you got to have two guys. So they with Braun,
right? Yeah.
He just started destroying one jobber, so they started putting two in there.
2 and then 3. Well, we kind of saw that tonight with Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
After that,
next Lana's backstage talking to herself.
So is she
saying
not,
how wonderful she is?
Was she not? Was she mic'd in this one? Did I see
kind
this
of?
one?
Yeah. You can hear what she was saying.
Oh, okay. All right. There was one where she's talking to flowers, or she's looking at flowers, saying, "Oh, these are beautiful," but you couldn't hear what she was saying, and I was wondering. I wonder if she's mic'd or if she's just mimicking, doing the extra thing.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
I'm curious about that now.
Curious.
Anyways, after that, Charlotte comes out. She drops a promo and she says, "They're not doing anything else with me, so I'm in the Rumble, but not a surprise. I'm the first person of the new decade to declare for the Rumble." And
it was a really
man or woman
roundabout way to get to the point where she wants to prove that she's still the queen.
She took the scenic route. She said, nobody's going to come out here because if they do, they're going to have to bow down to me. And then out comes Natalya. Lengthy match ensues.
And it was fine. It was good. There was no stakes.
Yeah, are they like just intentionally? It's like, okay, so here's the plan with you, Charlotte. We're going to intentionally have you spin wheels for like a good 5 months. And then by the time Mania comes around,
we'll have something important for you.
We'll have something really important for you. You'll be
good match. A lot of good, really good back and forth. I mean, two competitors who have wrestled each other plenty of times.
Yeah, solid match.
Solid, fun.
Natalya kept on kicking out of stuff that Charlotte figured she wouldn't.
Like she could have a natural selection.
Natural selection.
I was kind of surprised she kicked out of. In the end, though, she taps to the figure 8. She tried to fight out of it to no avail.
I wonder how many times these two have fought, because they had a pretty big time match in NXT.
They fought several times in the main roster.
I imagine they've fought many times. Yeah,
if you include house shows, it's probably in the
probably in the hundreds,
in the dozens at least. Yeah. Next, got a Becky Lynch interview. She confirms that at Royal Rumble it'll be the Man versus Asuka for the Raw Women's title.
She says her contract is coming up, because Charlie's like, well, how'd you pull that one? And she says, well, my contract is coming up soon. And I said, before I sign a new contract, I have some demands. And they're like, where are you going to go? AEW? Oh. Anyways, so she said, yeah, I use that leverage to get me Asuka match.
And she had a good line at the end. She said, history wanted to know if a woman could be the face of this business, and I proved that. And Becky said, I proved that I could. Now I want to know if it was all worth it.
I really like this motivation. I like this little story bit. I think it's pretty good.
Because she says something earlier prior to that. It's like, yeah, I'm on top of the world, but
yeah,
this is all it is, and I don't want it.
Yeah.
It's
good. Ambitious.
She needs to continually prove herself against the best.
Yeah.
And without that, her championship would be hollow. Because, like, who has she really fought if she hasn't fought the best?
Yeah. No, it's good stuff. I really liked it. Really good. She had a cool little, like, suit on
with a tie.
Yeah, man. It was like a yellow, like an NXT suit. I mean, she's very black and yellow, anyways, with her outfits. And stuff.
Yeah.
On brand, look good.
Yeah.
NXT suit.
Next, Bob Lashley, his turn backstage to talk to himself because he's got his tuxedo jacket, no sleeves, no shirt underneath.
This is great.
Showing how jacked he is.
After that, maybe apropos following Lashley was a Liv Morgan vignette.
Yeah, I guess we should have saw that as foreshadowing. Huh?
Back in the bathroom, taking a bath, talking about all the stuff she's been talking about before. After that, the OC come out and they cut a promo, basically saying they're the best tag team in the world.
Carl Anderson was going on about how everybody's saying, War Raiders are unbeatable. Well, we beat them twice.
2 times.
And Gallows about to challenge him.
And then the Street Profits hit the stage. Bump,
Yeah.
bump, bump. So they drop a fairly lengthy promo saying that, hey, on our debut on Raw, back when the OC were kind of booked in the toilet, we beat you guys.
Which makes us...
And AJ said, lucky. You're lucky. And he says, maybe stick to the skits you do backstage or you're going to get hurt.
And Dawkins says, we're not scared of you because you guys are named after a teen soap opera.
Yeah, they do the little California.
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that show?
Never.
Neither did I.
Never.
No. Looked like crap. Looked like just...
I don't think we were the target demographic.
Absolute crap.
And then Gallows says, all right, come down the ring. We'll have a match. They have a match. Early on, AJ grabs a hold of Dawkins' foot. Ref says, did you grab his foot? AJ says, no. Well, I'm going to toss you out of here anyways.
You're out of here.
AJ's tossed. So OC have the upper hand for a while until Gallows. He's legal man with Montez. He thinks he has Montez on the ropes. He turns around, cheap shots Dawkins. That allows Montez to come to enough, hit a drop kick. He tries to get the tag. Gallows tags in Carl Anderson. He goes for belly to back. Montez flips out of it, gets the hot tag to Dawkins. Of course, he clears house. Later on, OC go for a magic killer on Dawkins. Ford breaks that up. Ford then takes out Gallows with a tope. And then he gets back on in their corner, gets the tag from Dawkins, hits the frog splash on Carl Anderson. For the win.
Yeah, man. They replayed that. I don't know how much higher that guy can go, but ooh boy, he gets a lot of air with that.
Yeah, man.
So after that, Lana was backstage.
This must be the flower bit,
I guess. Then after that, they really should not have done this. So they go back, and the Street Profits are still huffing and puffing from their match. And poor Dawkins, he couldn't figure out what the hell he was supposed to say.
He forgot his lines.
This was just overwritten garbage.
Yes.
Why would they have given this to this guy?
Why would they give this to anybody?
Why would they I know.
That's the thing.
It wasn't. It was like so overwritten garbage.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I know. So Street Profits say, hey, we just beat the OC. That makes us, Montez says, the best. They're the best tag team in the world. This must make us best tag team in the universe. And Dawkins says, no, we got to look larger.
Yeah.
Best tag team in the multiverse. And
already I'm like, this is going to go long and it's going to be really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he forgot his lines.
Yeah. He's like, well, it's based on a theory that there are multiple.
Sorry, I had to clear my throat.
Dry throat. And freaking Montez really didn't even try to save him that much. Like he did once.
I think he did at the end.
When he realized that, oh man, he is frozen.
Yeah.
Frozen. I just feel so bad. It's like, why would they write this crap? Why would they do that? Let them, dude, come on. I know, like, Angelo Dawkins been in NXT for like 7 years.
He was, yeah.
Like, I'm sure he passed promo class. Can you just let him do something? All this multiverse. That's so stupid.
Yeah. It wasn't even a good bit.
There's some poor writer, some low-level writer concocted this crap.
Yeah, I know. Anyways,
just trying to earn his paycheck.
Ford says, we got 2020 vision, or Raiders, OC, we want the smoke.
Yeah. So good.
And it was announced later on that next week, triple threat tag team title match.
Oh, that'll be good.
Between all three of them.
That'll be good.
That'll be great.
That'll be a really good one. Yeah, next week's going to be hot, man.
Yeah, Brock's back, too.
Brock's back.
U.S. title match, Andrade, Rey Mysterio.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Be some good stuff.
Andrade.
Next, we had a handicap match. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins taking on Drew McIntyre. What?
Like, why would these guys accept this match?
Because he threw them both around last week.
So, like...
In kayfabe, it makes perfect sense.
No, it makes zero sense. They show up, and they're like, hey, the two of you are going to take on him. Okay, well, if we lose, we look like the worst ever.
No, you're thinking
and
reasonably.
They
just want to give
we
Drew some
win,
comeuppance for them getting their asses handed to him last week. Kayfabe, it makes perfect sense.
Oh, man. Doesn't make any sense. Could you imagine them showing up to the friggin' arena? Hey, here's the deal. And they probably don't care. One of them went on literally the longest losing streak in history. Mm-hmm. So I guess they don't care.
Exactly.
Somebody said on Twitter in response to me talking about this, said something like, yeah, no, they're totally checked out. You can tell on their vlog about that, about their toy vlog. You can tell, like, the way they talk about their careers right now.
Yeah.
They're creative, rather, I guess.
Paycheck. It's just a paycheck.
Yeah.
So Drew had a promo before his match. He's starting to instill a bit more charm in his promos.
Oh, this was awesome.
This was great.
Because he goes over to the barrier and there's some like kid there.
It's like, mind if I saddle up here?
Never mind, I don't care what you think. He does it anyways.
The kid laughed.
Then the kid laughs and his mom like comes over there and like hugs him. It was really cute. It was a really cute moment.
And he pulled the audience. Is like, should I be worried about these two guys? And raise a show of hands.
And like nobody.
No, of course not. It's Drew McIntyre.
One guy, yeah.
You can have 2 Brock Lesnars in there. I put my money on Drew.
Bad. That would be crazy if there's 2 Brock Lesnar.
And then he said the same. Said, should these two guys be worried? Everybody raised their hand. He says unanimous. People have been heard. And so Ryder and Hawkins try to attack Drew before the bell rings as he's getting in the ring. Bad idea for them. He lays them both out.
Oh, this was beyond a squash match.
Man. This was utter humiliation for Ryder and Hawkins.
Braun had more of a fight against Ellsworth than these guys put up against Drew.
It was an embarrassment.
It really
so he's standing across the ring.
Are we going to get some licks in? No. This is going to be complete and total humiliation for you two. You guys okay with that? Doesn't matter. You're doing it.
Or checks, yeah.
Checks? We're going to get paid? Cool.
Sure.
We can buy more toys.
We do our podcast after the show. Yeah, fine, whatever. Have whoever you want on it.
All right, cool.
So he's in the ring opposite Hawkins. He says, ref, ring the bell. Ref obliges. He runs over. He drops Hawkins with the belly to belly. Follow that with a Claymore. Zack Ryder has the temerity to get in the ring.
Oh, bad.
He eats the Future Shock DDT.
Yeah.
He stacks Ryder on top of Hawkins, pins them both.
This is like local enhancement talent, man. This
I know,
is
and these are
terrible.
former tag champions right here.
And Zack Ryder's girl, Chelsea Green, was in the building. She had a main event match
I know.
against Sarah Logan. Is that her name?
Yeah, Sarah Logan.
On Twitter.
She's
it's
basically
Sarah Rowe.
champion. She's basically champion of main event.
She's
Sarah
like
Logan.
the Oscar of freaking main event, dude. Like she ran Dana Brooke out of there.
Yeah.
Anyways, after that, Randy Orton has a promo. So as anybody who follows WWE on social media knows, during a live show while trying to execute an RKO, Randy Orton busted his knee. And there's some fan video of it, as there is always these days, which is kind of cool that WWE understands that and they can use this kind of stuff to move
Exactly.
Stories forward.
Exactly. So, yeah.
So he has like a production guy help him get in the ring, which I think was the one thing. Like, so I had heard like Meltzer or whatever had said, yeah, this is like a part of a story thing. When I saw the video, they did a hell of a job playing it. Like it looked like you didn't see the actual injury happen, but you see Orton on the ground, and he did a really good job of making it look like that thing hurt.
Yeah.
And so, but then when you see the guy trying to help him get in the ring and it's all laborious and it's like, you can kind of tell that it's fake. But in any event, Orton's speech was really heartfelt. The thing is, it's up against Mark Henry's fake retirement speech.
It's never going to be topped.
Which is the greatest in history because that, man, you thought that was legit.
I know.
I thought that was real. Like, who wears a salmon jacket to then turn on the retirement speech?
It was amazing.
It was so good.
Gosh darn it, that was good. So
he mentions Edge also.
Yeah, he says, people that had to retire early because of injury, and one of them that I respect a lot was Edge. Anyways, he says his knee is all messed up. He heard a pop. Thinks he'll be out for a long time.
Maybe forever.
Might not even be able to come back.
Might not.
But he says, I promise you all, I'm gonna make it back in time to RKO. So when at WrestleMania, AJ comes out, and he's all. WrestleMania. I gotta wait till WrestleMania. So he's disappointed that he won't face Randy till WrestleMania.
AJ was really good here, by the way.
I felt like AJ really. I guess we know his Mania match now. Probably not, because they'll blow off this feud well before then. And so AJ starts taunting him. Mm-hmm. It's like, did I touch you? Did I touch you?
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
And he touches him. And he just asks, Randy, how bad is your knee really? And he just keeps on taunting him, so you can't do anything about it.
He's like, I'm gonna do what all these people want to see here. I'm gonna put my hands behind my back. Come on, hit me. And of course, Randy does not hit him.
Yeah.
So at that point, I think AJ at that point
he says, "Okay, I'll wait till Mania. I'm a patient man.
Yeah.
And I'll put you in the calf crusher. I'll make you tap, and I'll retire you."
Yeah. Then he kicks out one of his crutches
from under him. Yeah.
From under him. And Randy still doesn't really do anything. But then AJ's about to leave. He's done with his business. And Randy says, AJ, one more thing. You're patient, but I'm not. And then, boom, hits him with an RKO. He starts stomping his leg with a bad knee.
He's fine.
It was all a ruse.
It was all a ruse.
It was all a ruse. I want to watch that Mark Henry one again.
Oh, hell yeah, man. That's the
Annihilate
best.
Cena. It was great.
That's the best. So after that, we saw some footage of Andrade winning that U.S. title.
Mm-hmm. Good
And
stuff.
then we got a Rey Mysterio promo from MSG where he's talking about...
He's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah, man. He's talking about his rematch. He's looking forward to that. That's next week, as I mentioned earlier. And he says, hey, Seth, AOP, don't count me out. By the time this is all done, I'll be the one standing tall.
Yep. It's good stuff.
He looked really forlorn at the end of it.
Man, they have such a killer upper card right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. Mm-hmm. It needs a title and not the U.S. title. That's a good, solid mid-card title. It needs a WWE title, man. Brock's coming back
Let's wait
next
till
week.
Mania, and Kevin Owens will beat him, and then it'll be there.
You have too much faith, man. I have
Drew McIntyre, then.
I think Drew might take him on at the Rumble and lose. I heard there was a rumor out there about Brock's Rumble plans, and I didn't know I didn't actually listen to whoever it was that had that, so I don't know what it is, but it'd be cool if it was Drew.
It'll be cool if it was Drew, if Drew won.
Well, that's not going to happen, but
then I don't want to see it yet.
Well, what would you prefer for Drew? Just a bunch of beating up two guys at the same time instead of taking on Brock Lesnar? That's a big time match for him.
It is, but if he's going to lose, then no.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is the thing you got to realize. He gets in there, big spotlight. He's gonna exceed expectations again. That'll put it in Vince's mind. Hey, maybe this guy is
Vince
the
will
guy.
change. We'll forget about it 5 minutes later.
You think so?
Yeah.
Maybe. After that, we had Andrade versus Jobber. Which one? Which Jobber?
He was like an NWO Scott Dawson kind of.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
He's about to drop the Jobber with the hammerlock DDT. Zelina's like, no, bring him out here. And so they remove the mat ringside, exposing the concrete underneath. He's about to do the hammerlock DDT on that poor Jobber on the concrete. Ricochet.
One and only.
Pew, 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 pew. Ricochet comes. Does he still have that in the beginning of his theme?
Yeah, dude.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah.
Ricochet runs down to make the save. He grabs the mic, says, hey, you dropped Carrillo on the concrete. You beat up Ray. You're about to destroy this poor Jobber guy. If you want to fight somebody, fight me.
And I like it because they mentioned Carrillo a couple times. So, again, killer scene around that United States title.
Yeah.
Raw has just a ton of great talent.
They do.
What's going on over there on SmackDown? They got Daniel Bryan.
No, they got Roman Reigns.
Yeah, and then who else?
Yeah.
Nobody really. Well, they got Bray. He's good. But Raw is stacked.
Yeah, Raw's got a good roster. So,
Buddy Murphy and Aleister Black? Jeez. How did that happen?
I don't know. Because they're 3 hours long. So we got Andrade versus Ricochet next.
Oh, was it announced? Did you put the announcement in here about the very last WWE match of the year is going to take place on the New Year's Eve celebration on Fox?
Oh, yeah.
Roman Reigns versus Dolph Ziggler.
Says that's televised. If Roman wins, I get points for it. And if Dolph wins, you get points for it.
What?
It's televised.
That is not canon, man.
Televised, man.
On what? Their New Year's Eve special?
Yeah.
That's not a wrestling event.
So?
I don't think that's like a house show. Dude.
I didn't take... Okay. I didn't take any points for Andrade winning that U.S. title. Nor should I, because it happened at a house show. Because it wasn't televised. I'm not saying if Roman wins, I get points, but if Dolph wins, you get nothing.
Fine.
It's televised. That's my one thing. If it's televised, then it counts.
If Dolph, what is it if Dolph gets a DQ loss? Oh yeah, if Baron comes in and Roman wins because of
that's -10 for you.
that might happen.
It might happen.
Oh no, it's a New Year's Eve. Roman's gonna win. It's
it'll be
gonna
clean.
be a clean win.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Whatever. That's fine.
It's televised.
I know. Well, I got to give you some crap, dude. Let's see here. Andrade. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that match happened then. Andrade versus Ricochet. It was really good stuff.
Again, Zelina Vega, due to her distraction, that allowed, actually, it was more than a distraction, allowed Andrade to pick up the win. Andrade is going for hammerlock DDT. Ricochet versus that into a roll-up, gets a 2, hits like a corkscrew suplex type deal. Goes up top for potentially a 630. The ref is way out of position. I don't know the hell he's doing. And then Vega pushes him off, and then Andrade hits hammerlock DDT for the win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah.
That freaking sell in the hammerlock.
Oh, my God.
How great is it Andrade he doesn't have a name for that hammerlock DDT?
Just hammerlock DDT.
I love that.
I know.
But Ricochet's sell job is so great.
Oh,
Some
he just,
people just fall like a sack of potatoes.
He planted his head.
He plants. Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. I love it.
After that, we had Andrade and Zelina backstage. Sarah walks up to him for an interview. She asked how confident Andrade is taking on Ray next week. Zelina's like, not worried.
We're on the same page.
And he was like, and Andrade said, I was the future, now I'm champion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're
I'm the
not,
present. Yeah.
They're not worried about it at all.
Nope. Not sweating it.
Went through these announcements that were made next. Brock's back next week. Ray versus Andrade for U.S. title. Tag team triple threat championship match. That moves us to the wedding.
Yeah, so we've gone over a lot of this. Yeah, during the ceremony, the officiant mentions the pitter-patter of little feet, alluding, of course, to the eventuality they're going to have kids. Lana gets mad. She says, stick to the script. I don't want kids. I don't want some little monster running around. She just said it in a way that was like much more laborious.
Yeah. And the crowd starts chanting Rusev Day. She tells them it's not Rusev Day. The time for vows. She says Bobby's the luckiest. It's Bobby's luckiest day because he's marrying the greatest WWE superstar, the greatest woman who ever lived.
Yeah.
A lot of it was just way too much.
Yeah, it's just too much. This was cool, though. She said, I want to jump on Bobby right now and
make love to him right now. But no live sex show.
Sadly, no.
And then Bobby's turn to do the vows. Lana wrote them for him. And beyond his first sentence, it was pretty much just the inverse of what she said. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess it's like you change, it's from his point of view rather than hers, but the content was basically all the same.
So, of course, you get to the point, excuse me, where the officiant asks, if anybody objects to this wedding, speak now or forever hold your peace. And some dude comes out.
Yeah.
And he starts saying, yeah, stop. This is a sham. Lana's the worst. And they're like, who are you? It's like, I'm her first husband. And she dropped me when she found that son of a bitch, Rusev. And she's going to do the exact same thing to you, Bobby. Or then she dropped Rusev for that son of a bitch right there, Bobby Lashley. And she's going to do the same thing to you.
When she finds something better.
Yeah. So then
he gets dropped with a spine buster.
He gets dropped. Was it a spine buster or a choke slam?
Yes, he got like
it
a
was
combo thing.
nasty, whatever it was. It was ugly.
So the officiant goes through the process again. Now a woman walks out. She says, I'm Lashley's first wife. Mm-hmm. We met when he was in the military. It was beautiful. She gets clocked by Lana.
Had she been on TV before or something?
She looked kind of familiar.
I saw a picture on Twitter earlier, and I don't know if it was her or not. But somebody had said it'd be great if she showed up. So maybe she was involved in a TNA thing. I don't know. Maybe somebody in chat can educate us.
And then Liv Morgan comes out after the officiant again says, if anybody doesn't want this to happen, speak up now. She says she talks on and on about how one of them is the love of her life and how could they do this to her.
Yeah.
Like, you helped me during my time away. Become me.
And then Bob Lashley says, I have never touched that woman in my life.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he says, I'm not talking about you, Bob Lashley. I'm talking about Lana. And the whole crowd gasped. The whole crowd, they were into it.
They were chanting Springer half the time, too.
Yeah, I know. Look, man, if you're there,
Jerry.
there, win in Rome, you got to get into it, man.
So she gets in the ring. Lana almost acts like she's getting teary-eyed. Mm-hmm. Instead, she grabs a potted plant, throws it at Liv Morgan. They start brawling, and then Rusev pops up out of the cake. Utterly predictable.
Destroys Bob Lashley.
Yeah, man.
And then he says, I think he starts chanting Rusev Day. I mean, for all the people that say the Rusev Day thing is dead, like they're clearly embracing it.
Finally, yeah.
The WWE is.
Only about a year and a half too
late. Because he had like a new Rusev Day shirt, too.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. There's your December 30th episode of Monday Night Raw. They packed a lot into it, man, including a wedding. So good stuff.
Let's do some questions.
Yes.
Nikyle woke up at 5 a.m. South African time to watch this mess. What's worse, this or Bailey? This is your life. Also, Liv Morgan. Why?
Oh no, Bailey. This is your life.
Might be the worst thing.
Is the worst. That Lashley sisters. Here's the thing. This was goofy. It was silly, but like half the people really loved it. And I get it. I understand why. Like it's very silly humor. And the crowd was into it. So regardless, it was a lot of things. Boring, it was not. Mm. And the Bailey, this is your life.
It was Snorefest.
When you can hear the crowd get restless. Oh, that's the worst sinking feeling. That is the worst feeling.
Pretty bad. Dom L. Well, looks like Liv is a Raw headliner. I said she'd be feeding Cal Jack humble pie every Monday night. Well, Dom L, let's get a larger sample size before we get an idea of.
I wonder how much she's going to be if this is going to be like a role for her going forward. Probably will be.
Yeah, I would assume that's the case. Greeny 22 streams New Year's Eve here in Australia. Time to get on the beers and forget that what WWE did to Liv.
Yeah, it sort of threw us for a loop there.
Yeah.
The Matt Star said, my dad decided to give wrestling a shot and watched it with me today. What an episode to choose. He was laughing during the whole segment. I'm pretty sure it was directed at me, though, for watching this crap. Yeah, that sounds about right. Ed S. Wedding seemed a lot more like a Heyman segment than a Vince segment. I've heard people say that, but I don't know, man. This isn't 1995. Like, I don't know. When's the last time Heyman was known to do that kind of silliness? I mean, we have no idea, like, what he's contributed or what he hasn't contributed.
Yeah, or Vince for that matter.
Over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
It just felt like, but you think it's going to be with him, but it's really going to be with her. Oh, it's so silly.
Team Money Belvedere slap in the face to Sonya.
Yeah. I don't know. Nikyle says, Happy New Year for tomorrow, friendos. 2020 will be great. Prognosticator Nikyle. Gustavo Gama says, why watch Raw when you can watch anything else? Even the worst of AEW or New Japan or Impact is better than this. I don't know, man. I've seen some really bad Impact.
Yeah, Hamacito Gomez, Liv and Rusev hooking up.
So that'd be kind of if there was like a new Rusev Day faction, including everybody that came out tonight. Liv, the dude, the first husband.
Lana's first husband.
And then Bobby Lashley's first wife.
The officiant guy.
I'd be down. The officiant was pretty funny, too.
He was all right, yeah.
He was good.
He was all right.
Let's see here. Lil Fettuccini 69 says, one cuisine has to go. Chinese, Thai, Japanese, or Indian. I don't eat a lot of Indian food. I don't really eat a lot of Taiwanese food, but
Thai, not Taiwanese.
Thai food, but it seems pretty good.
Yeah, Thai food's great.
Yeah. Greeny 22 streams. I need to figure out who that first ex of Lana was. He looked way too familiar. He did look familiar.
Yeah. Jay Sean Lawrence, I appreciate all the amazing content you guys have provided for us throughout this decade. Happy New Year's, friendos. Likewise, Jay Sean.
Thank you, Jay Sean. Thank you very much. Joshua Martinez, I don't think even my mom would like the Bobby y Lana telenovela that played out on Raw. I don't know. My mom would probably find that stuff funny.
Yeah.
I could see her laughing at it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Baby Maharaja, what are your thoughts on the Lars Sullivan story? I just hope the guy doesn't do anything that harms himself, because it's fairly embarrassing, but also from a comedic standpoint, there's comedic value there.
Greeny 22.
Oh, gosh.
I love that the wedding officiant was NWO Bill Belichick.
Yeah, he even kind of sounded like him a little bit.
And then Lawler kept on going on about that. He mentioned that at least twice.
Oh, about the Belichick thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I tuned him out.
Man, Samoa Joe was sorely missed on the commentary.
What did I say, man? I'm cool if he comes out and does fighting stuff. I want to see him on commentary.
See, now this thing is like, hey, you got to get out of here, Joe. He comes back with his
Yes.
blazer shirt, his cotton Dockers.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not here to as a wrestler. Do my job as a commentator.
Mm-hmm.
That'd been great.
Yeah.
And then brawl later on. Mike Lucas, if the Madison Square Garden show ends up on the network, does Larson get the points? Yes. That point is televised.
Yeah. Dragon Reborn says, better bathtub vibes, Liv or Hiromu. I saw some of them pictures, man. I don't know. I'll leave that to you guys. That
you want to
dude.
open some mail?
Yeah, man. Let's open some mail. Oh, this is our second one.
Cool.
We have one of these.
Awesome.
Now we've got two Vince puppets. Let's see if this says there's a letter here.
Ooh, letter.
Oh, there is. Oh, man, this is from Vince McMahon. It says, guys, I need you to start booking Raw again. Let me do it here. There we go. Ratings are down and USA Network is breathing down my neck. But I have good news. I'm going to come to the office and supervise. Don't worry, he'll be in total control, I promise. Anyways, this is from Michael Lent. Says, I saw this when I went to TLC in Minneapolis and felt an obligation to send it to you for your set. I've been a patron for a while, and I really appreciate the wonderful content you create. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to more quality and entertaining content in the coming year. Happy holidays, you filthy animals, and a happy new year. Too good, me brothers. Michael Lent.
Thank you, Michael.
He says, be careful. He eats money.
Money.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Who's this from?
This is, I believe, the Jay Dispirited.
Oh, this is from Jay Dispirited. Oh, this is creepy.
That is creepy.
It's on like a really nice shirt.
It is a nice shirt.
I'll wear the crap out of this. Look at that guy. Oh, he's even got some stuff on the back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Jay Dispirited is like one of my favorite characters from WCW.
Oh, yeah.
He says, this is for all the times you said that you would be there.
It's like his,
I don't know, man.
Like
That's creepy stuff right there.
Creepy stuff.
I love it, though. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
There's more.
Moss. Oh, I think this is from the Diddly Doodler.
Oh, yeah. It's thick and it's got some weight to it. I think it's just an envelope.
You said it's thick and it has some weight to it. Sounds like something Lars Sullivan said. Oh, dear. Oh, I think these are, yeah.
Don't rip it.
I did rip it. Yeah, oh, man, yeah, these are Christmas ornaments.
Oh, man, that's amazing.
These are great. And it's
Whoa.
apropos because today's the last day we're going to have our Christmas thing up.
Yeah, man.
But we'll put these up on the actual set as well.
That's cool.
There we
Those
go.
are
Look
great.
at these guys.
That's amazing.
Those are fantastic.
Hot.
Look at that.
And then we got sent this Ruby Riot figure.
Oh, wow, look at that. Who sent that?
It's straight from Ringside Collectibles.
Oh, well, whoever sent that, thank you.
Thank you.
Ooh, these are sharp. Look at that. That's super cool, man. Put this right here next to Adam Cole.
Oh, those are sharp. That's so cool.
I know, it's really
Thank
neat.
you so much. Can you hold one?
Can you hold it? There you go, Adam. It's a bit precarious.
Precarious indeed.
That's all right. So don't touch it.
Thayer Thabata says, don't forget the Patreon questions. All right, Thayer, fine.
I know, we're doing the Patreon questions, man.
Don't tell us what to do, Thayer.
Yeah, don't tell us what to do. Or do tell us what to do. What do we care? There's 14 of them. Let's see here. Yeah, Jacob O says, let's get Jerry out of the booth.
Yeah.
It's just, he doesn't add to it. And in fact, he detracts from it.
Oh, yes.
Like, he kept on referring to, he keeps on insinuating that Andrade and Zelina Vega are a couple. He keeps on doing that. And it's like, dude, it's a business, like, it is well established as a business relationship.
Week to week, he's a face commentator or a heel commentator.
Yeah.
Last week, he was a face commentator, I think, and this week, firmly heel.
Yeah.
There's just no continuity. He doesn't pay attention to anything.
Bobby Rivera has a good question. With the rising popularity of NXT into the mainstream / main roster crowds, do you think fans have a new standard and appreciation for better in-ring performances like the Black Murphy match? Yes, I think we saw that with the reactions to the Rey Andrade stuff. I think that the bar has been raised, man. Absolutely. Thayer Thabata, in kayfabe, what is the criteria for when security has to be sent out to separate everyone in a brawl and when it's not necessary? Also, welcome to the league, Chris. So they're the second, the beta Friendo Fantasy League now has my son Christopher Kaufman in it. I don't know who to blame there. That's just, why is he in like a poser league is my main question.
Well, it's not a poser league. It's just a different league. I'm in this other league, too.
I know, and I'm kind of disappointed in you again for that. Look at the Warrior looking at you. So yeah, his question is...
I feel like a certain amount of time has to elapse before the security is warranted. Because very rarely they send them out immediately once a brawl breaks out.
Yeah, it always takes time.
It always takes time.
And what do they determine if it should be security or referees? Because sometimes it's refs.
I think it's
number
of participants, but also you got to take into account who the participants are.
Oh, interesting.
They're powered up.
Yeah.
You can't be spending refs out there.
Got to send that beef out there.
Yeah.
Let's see here. This is funny. Andrew Jocelyn says, No, and the answer is no, clearly.
No, that's nasty.
Should they insert catheters into each arena seat so you don't have to get up to pee?
No, that's gross.
He says, I have to pee really bad. I'm at Raw. That's horrible.
Just
That's
get up,
disgusting.
go pee.
It's a 3-hour show. You're not going to miss anything. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, no.
That's horrible.
There's plenty of commercial breaks during the show. You can just get up and urinate during those.
Well, I don't want to see, like, somebody peeing. Like,
That's
even if
nasty. I
they're
don't wanna
sitting
see
there,
that.
like, and they put the catheter in, they're like, I don't want to see a pee face.
Well, here's the thing. Like, catheters don't feel good going up the pee hole.
No, I've never had. Have you ever had one?
I've never had one, but I've heard they don't. There's not like a comfortable sensation.
Yeah, I know what it is. I can tell you, it probably does not feel good.
No. Oh. So no, across the board, no. It's like from a health and safety issue with bad idea.
Negative.
Bad idea.
Negative. Gary MacArthur. Food and drinks served at wrestling shows. Each add one they don't serve but should, and remove one they do serve but did. Well, they serve hot dogs there, and sometimes they're used as payment. Along with a handshake. I'm going to say keep hot dogs. Nachos are usually there. Popcorn's usually there. What should they add?
Cheesesteaks.
That's awesome. That's great. I love it. Calzones.
That'd be good.
Calzones.
Probably more likely to be Hot Pockets, though, if you're going to like a small show.
It's like the same thing. Isn't
Well, I mean, calzones are larger.
and actually have flavor.
And actually good. Actually don't all taste the same.
How's it like a breakfast one tastes the same as a pizza one?
I don't know.
Isn't that weird?
I don't know. Jay Sean Lawrence, where does Randy Swerve rank among other great swerves? I kind of feel like the middle of the pack. It was good, but I didn't feel like it was like transcendent level great swerve.
At no point did you ever think it was real.
No.
What could they have done to make it seem real? Had you heard the Meltzer thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Had you not heard the Meltzer thing, but knew about the video?
I mean, my suspicion is always that if it's playing out in any way in sort of in
Mark Henry ruined me. Because it could be the most authentic speech in the world, and I still think they're going to swerve.
Thayer Thabata power rank people that were invited to Lashley and Lana's wedding but decided not to show up. I mean, obviously the entire locker room.
Like Lana's family, maybe?
Yeah.
Man, ouch. Carlos has a great point here. I was at the September 30th Raw where the Lana Lashley storyline first started. Should we actually give them some credit for giving us a long-term storyline, even if it was crap? The answer is yes. Of course we should, because we're always bitching about no long-term storytelling. I want this to last a year, and then I'll give them lots of credit.
Adrian C., so rematch clauses are back. Yes.
Yeah, those are back. Those have been back for a little while.
Yeah.
Wait, haven't they? They have been. Wait, have they?
They've been back for a little bit.
Or were they gone?
They were gone. That was part of the McMahon shakeup. They were gone, and they brought them back like quietly like a couple months ago.
That's right. Let's see here. One more question, and we'll hit the road. Okay. This is great. The glorious broken sound wave. Now that we're a little bit closer to the Rumble,
Yeah, we know at least one participant.
Who is going to be the surprise entrant, or one surprise entrant in this year's Royal Rumble? So he says his money's on Shayna Baszler, Keith Lee, John Morrison, and maybe Edge. So from what I understand, like the rumor right now is that NXT is going to have a heavy presence at the Rumble. Mm-hmm. They might have like up to 10 spots or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that like the standard NXT crew. I don't think there's going to be surprises. I think they might declare.
Yeah.
Or at least be announced.
It would be something else if someone won NXT talent won the Rumble.
Oh,
it'd be after the NXT
it'd be
title.
killer.
It'd be amazing.
It'd be amazing.
Have Keith Lee win it. He's in. He wins it. That's how he gets his title shot against Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah, I'd love it.
In February in Portland.
That'd be fantastic. That is a very good Ruby Riott.
It is.
That literally looks exactly like her. That's crazy good.
That is really good.
Anyways, hopefully she comes back soon.
Yeah, I hope so.
Anyways, that's it for the show. Hopefully everybody has a safe and fun New Year's Eve celebration. It's been a wild decade here at Going in Raw.
We haven't been around for a decade.
In Camp Steven Larson. Camp Steven Larson has.
Yeah. Yep.
Cut me off, you son of a bitch. You know, same new decade, same old shit.
Yeah, I'm not going to change.
That's what it's going to be around here. Whatever. I'm out of here. Thanks, everybody.
Goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow.
Talk to you later. Oh, Christ. All right, you're coming over.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll ring in the new year together.
Fuck.